Hey guys, Nick here, and in this tutorial we're going to talk about pivot tables. Let's have a look at our problem definition and see what needs to be done. Support one worksheet table includes historical sales transactions for the company. So here we have support one worksheet. Insert a pivot table that will show total quantity sold by city, and city should be on rows, and product, which should be on columns. Add channel filter to the pivot table and filter the data by B2B and retail sales. So we need to go to the support one worksheet at first, see what table do we have here. So here we have a table with date column, then comes textual columns like employee name, city, products, channel, and so on. And after that, we have number columns like quantity, like value, FCY, like rate, and so on. And we're asked to do the following. We need to create a new small table that will have, so let's check once again, that will have city on rows. City, unique values of the city should be like this. Product on columns, so unique values of the product should be like this. Inside the table, there should be the values of total quantities by city and product. And also we need to get the filter of the channel and filter the table by B2B and retail sales. So let's start solving our problem. Let's go to support one. Let's stand anywhere in our table because by default we know that this table does not include any breaks of entire column or entire row. In breaks, I mean that entire column is empty or entire row is empty in the middle of the table. We do not have such kind of cases. That's why we can stand on any of the cells. Then let's go to the insert menu and we have the first button here called pivot table. Let's press on it, or let's press on the down pointing arrow, and then let's choose from table range. Yeah, it's the same. As a result, Excel will display a window, pivot table, from table, or range. And here the table range will be selected automatically. Yeah, the entire table will be selected here. And we need to define the destination here. Yeah, so pivot table tool can create a new worksheet for the pivot table itself, or we could use the existing worksheet. For our case, the existing worksheet is just fine. Let's choose existing worksheet and let's stand in the location part. Let's go to our problem and choose any of the cells. For example, I'm going to choose cell B10. Yeah. And let's press OK. As a result, let's check what will happen. So pivot table template will be added to our table's B10 cell. And also on the right part of our table, of our worksheet, the controlling pivot table fields menu will be added. I'm going to move the fields window to the right side, so my screen is not on top of this screen, so you can see what we are doing here. Yeah. So we are asked to create a table that has cities by rows and products by columns, and inside the table we have total value for the quantities. Yeah, so in this fields menu, I'm going to make it bigger. Yeah, in this pivot table fields window we have two main divisions. The first division includes the column headers. Yes, so in our original table we had columns with the names, date, employee name, city, product, and so on. Yes, and in the second part of our window we have four blocks: filters block, columns block, rows block, and values block. So in order to build our pivot table, we need to drag and drop the column names from the first part of our tools window to the second part in one of the blocks. Yeah, so we are asked to have the final table with the city names by rows. So let's drag and drop city column in rows division. And as a result, here we will have unique values for each city: Boston, Doha, Hamburg, London, Luxembourg, Madrid, and Rome. Similarly, we need to drag and drop product column name in the columns. So this table has product names as columns. So we have concrete, earth, plant, plastic, and so on. Then we need to get the total value for the quantities inside the table. So let's search for the quantity in our list, and we need to drag and drop quantity into values down here. And as a result, now we will have total quantities by product and by city. Yes, so we know that this is total values because here we have written sum of quantity. And finally, we are asked to add the channel filter. So let's look for the channel here. Here it is. Let's drag and drop channel column header to the filter box. Yeah, filter block. And as a result, on top of our pivot table, the filtering pane will be added. Yeah. And we're asked to filter our table by B2B and retail sales. Let's click on this filter button. And well, by default, we can choose only one value. However, we can select multiple items. And after that, we can select more than one. Yeah. So I'm going to choose here only B2B and retail. And let's press on OK. And when we press OK, let's have a look at our numbers. As you can see, the numbers will be changed. Yeah. So the numbers will update. Here we have the number values by product and city, and those numbers are filtered by channel. Let's apply some formatting to our numbers. So I'm going to select the entire table. Let's select the entire table. Let's go to the home menu and choose here. Well, I'm going to remove this. I'm going to press on close button to remove this pane. And let's choose comma style. Yeah. And as a result, we'll have pivot table with the proper format. Well, when we are standing on the pivot table, we have additional pivot table analyze and design menus. And from here, we can change some kind of things for the pivot table. For example, from design, we can change the colors for the pivot tables, or other things regarding the appearance can be changed from the design menu. For example, if we remove these column headers or row headers, as a result, we will have the colors removed from our pivot table headers. Yeah. Also, if we click on banded rows, as you can see, every second row will be highlighted. Yeah, and so on. So this is regarding design menu. In pivot table analyze part, we can do some other things like change data source or refresh pivot table or add slicers, timelines, and so on, which we'll cover in different tutorials. And one more thing, well, we closed, using the close button, we closed the controlling pane of the pivot table. We can add this pane by using this button, field list. Yeah, so let's press on it, and as a result, our controlling pane will appear. Well, basically that's it for this tutorial. Thanks guys for watching. If you liked solving this problem and want to have some more, check out my Udemy course with 500 Excel problems. It covers up to 100 functions, various Excel tools, building dashboards, and VBA coding. Link is in description.